have the last 2.5 weeks been like for you? You took three officials back to back to back, make a decision, you move, you sign, you enroll, and now you're doing football.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
I mean, that process has been an amazing process. I mean, for it to be expedited that fast and for me to, become a part of a family that fast and really just learn my place in here, it's been an amazing process. I mean, I've came here and I've made some very strong connections with the football players and I've been entitled to a lot and it's what I like because, I want to hold responsibilities as a young person myself.
Next will be Irish Phil from Warchant.
Hey man, real quick first, do you prefer like when we're writing about you to write Io or use your full name? Do you have a preference?
It doesn't even matter. I don't have a preference at all.
Okay, great. And then talking about the process, what was it ultimately about Florida State that maybe pushed them over some of the other schools you were looking at?
The people. I mean, the people of Florida State were amazing. I mean, tradition is great. You don't see a tradition like this anywhere else. The tradition of Tallahassee is an amazing tradition. You're going to get pushed hard. You're going to get, they're going to love you, and they're going to love you for who you are no matter where you're from. And that's what I really liked about Tallahassee and Florida State itself.
Next will be Kurt Weiler from Tallahassee Democrat.
You talk about the tradition. Your position coach, Odell Hagens, is probably a part of that as much as just about anybody. What impresses you about him? How excited are you to get to kind of learn and work under him?
Wait, you said, I'm sorry.
Odell.
So you said, what
Coach
about
Hagens.
Odell? Yeah, you said, what about Coach Higgins?
Just how excited are you to get to learn under him, work with him?
I mean, I'm thrilled. I mean, I'm more than thrilled. I'm just excited. I mean, the things I've learned and heard about Odell makes it in my mind where like, he's an amazing guy, and this is hearsay. But then when I came here and experienced it myself, I feel like in just about a week, my work ethic has been better. I learned so many skills and stuff that I can use to make myself so much better, to be effective more, and it's just like, it's amazing. And, just with him, just my daily conversations with him and everybody in the staff, you don't walk around here and nobody knows who you are. Everybody's going to greet you, say hello. It makes you feel good about yourself. It makes you want to wake up and work harder every single day.
Next will be Aslan Hajavandi from Warchant.
Good afternoon, Ayobami. Just can you walk us through how you fell in love, I guess, to a certain degree with football, how you're introduced to football, and maybe who kind of helped shape you to who you are and kind of let you know, hey, this is something you can pursue and maybe make something, a career out of it.
100%. So as a young child, I played football for about a year. I got into high school, didn't play my ninth grade year. 10th grade year, I started wrestling. Got pretty good at wrestling. I won a couple of varsity tournaments my 10th grade year. Then I grew out of wrestling, and I let me give football a try. So I transferred over to Concordia Prep. In Towson, Maryland, and is where I met Joe Battaglia. He was an incoming new coach as well as me being an incoming junior. Our COVID year cut short, so it cut us short. So we had about 2 games in, and we won both. We lost one and won one game, and in that time, I met a family. I was very family oriented. We worked hard. We got pushed hard, and everything. We came back my 12th grade year. We beat Loyola, which was the #1 seed in our conference, and we beat them in the championship, won us a ring. And that was just my second year at Concordia. And that achievement carried so far with me. It carried me so far just because of the fact that I've never won anything that big in my life before. So leaving high school was like, it was a major. Leaving high school was major. And now to come here being one of the youngest on the team, but making a input and being, a big thing here is just like, I know it gives me something I hope to live for, and me being here for about another 4 years, I believe that, I will be something significant, and in my mental, I just feel like that could be something that just pushes me and drives me to become something that I really could be. And I think I could be.
We'll go back to Irish Phil.
And on your huddle page, you mentioned wrestling. On your huddle page, there's a picture of you holding another human being like he's a child. How much did you enjoy wrestling, and why'd you stop?
So I enjoyed wrestling a lot. I mean, it was a lot of technique and it was a lot of, I just like to slam people. Being honest with you, I was amazed. It was amazing. I mean, I learned a lot of technique, and it helped me with groundwork, just ground control, etc. And the reason why I stopped because when I transferred over to the private school in Towson, Maryland, we didn't have a wrestling team. It wasn't made yet. So I would have wrestled right after football season, but we didn't have one. So I tried to do a little bit of groundwork outside of it, but then I just wanted to keep working on, strength and power. So I went to a trainer, Dan Yarborough from McDonough High School.
Next will be Perry from Tomahawk Nation.
Oh, we're on the wrestling train now because I wrestled in high school, so I know what can come from it.
Right.
What do you think you took away from wrestling that translated to football?
What I think I took away from wrestling was ground power. When I mean ground power, the explosiveness off my stance, where I can, explode off of, because when we usually, after we get out of bounds, we usually come back to the middle of the center and we get on our knees and we can have to wrestle out of it, to get up and get a point. So I did that so much, it was just like, it was right for me. It was just like, okay, now I know exactly what I do to get off the stance and be fast off of it. Now I just need to work with my hands. So, I mean, that's what helped. It helped me with a lot. And if you watch my film, you can see that I have pretty good speed off the ball.
Next will be Jerry Coates from the Osceola.
Ayobami, your name is unusual, and I'm curious about your family's background.
Yes, sir.
What's your nationality and how, just a little bit more about you and your family.
So I am with my mom and my dad, and I have 4 sisters. I'm the youngest of 4 sisters. We're all Nigerian heritage. We're all from the Nigerian heritage. I'm Yoruba itself, fluent in Yoruba. And, we have, growing up, it was strict, and we had strict learning, and it was something that you thought that, you would want to know, or you would have to know how to talk by the time you're out of the house, You would have to learn how to be by yourself, learn by yourself, live by yourself, Just stuff that will get you prepared for your everyday life. As I'm 14 hours away from Baltimore. I know what to do. I know how to be as a 17-year-old man, or not a man, but a 17-year-old boy. Coming out of Baltimore, I know how to live by myself, and I know what to do because I've been taught that way. So it makes a benefit, and it's beneficial to me. And given the resources, I can work with no resources, minimal resources, or a lot of resources. So I know how to work with that way.
All right, we'll go back to Kurt Weiler.
You talked about how late you came to football, and I know Coach Norvell in the press release talked about how you're going to redshirt this year. How valuable do you think this year will be for you? I mean, to be able to just learn under someone like Odell, to be able to work in the weight room without kind of the pressure of wondering if you're going to play or not.
So this year is the most beneficial year for me, I believe. And I know. It gives me so much time to get bigger, faster, stronger, and more powerful than anybody else, because at this weight, I believe that I have the body size to be a threat. And if it gives me a time, it gives me 1 year to be to myself, for me to do that and become 2, 3, 4 times bigger than what I am, I will take it anywhere and at all. And I know that Coach Odell will get me to where I need to be. And I know it, and I don't doubt it at all. And it's no need to doubt it because I know.
All right, next will be Brendan Simone from Knowles 247.
In high school, you mentioned doing wrestling and football, so busy, I would assume. But what do you do for fun when you're not doing athletics? What do you do in your free time?
Believe it or not, I may be a big angry guy, or whatever the case may be. But I actually I enjoy taking pictures. I like nature, stuff like that. I enjoy vintage things, aesthetic posters, whatever the case may be. So I watch a lot of aesthetic things, old movies and stuff like that. I'm a big movie and music guy, so I do a lot of exploring in that nation, and I actually brought a camera with me. I just take pictures of nice guys, or whatever the case may be. So that's me.
All right, next will be Logan Robinson from Knoll Game Day.
Hey man, how's it been getting used and getting to know some of the veterans on the team? Definitely in the defensive line room. You got Fabian Lovett, you got Robert Cooper, even Jarrett Jackson. Those guys were big time leaders definitely this past spring camp, watching them. How's it been connecting with them? I know you haven't had a whole lot of time, but how have they been kind of showing you the ropes here in Tallahassee?
Since I've been here, I've been with them every single night. Every day after practice, talking what I can do to get better, talking about just helping me, And practices, they push me harder. And, they teach me certain things that I can't do and I cannot do that, that helps me in the long run. just the minimal things, just the small things that they teach me and help me with while we're doing what we're doing. It helps me in the long run because I haven't been used to it. So they keep reminding me constantly, and that's what I need because it helps me to learn and it gives me, my brain to function on how their level is, and that's what I want to achieve. Because they're about to leave, and with them leaving, you have me, and I need to get and devour everything they give to me before they leave.
All right, we'll go back to Irish football.
Two real quick, short ones. One is, how's the heat been since you've been down here?
Oh boy.
And then also, has Coach Atkins brought up The Wire to you at all? Because he's a big fan of The Wire. I didn't know if he's asked you any questions about Baltimore though.
So it's funny. So the heat, oh boy, it's been from being up north is it's quite different, but it's something I'm definitely getting used to. I mean, I enjoy it. We walk around, I'm sweating, I'm drinking a lot of water, so it's just like, I enjoy it. I'm losing fast weight. Like it's amazing. I feel good out here. I feel good waking up, coming down, walking to the campus, the training facility. It feels amazing. And the second question is that Coach Atkins haven't brought up The Wire to me yet, but it's a lot of just stuff going around. Like, because we talk a little bit different from Baltimore. Well, I know they talk a little bit different from where I'm at. So, like, they asked me to say the words like to you. It's just like, it's amazing. It's funny though. So, like, just to share my experience of how it is down there, and just for me to just take, because I've never met anybody from, let's say, Bama or whatever the case may be. So to share our experience of where we've been at and stuff like that, it just makes me pour into their religion or their tribe or whatever the case may be. Just makes me feel good about it, and just to get some knowledge of where they're from, and they can get some knowledge from where I'm from.